Democratic Unionist Party are also weighing up the price of their support. One of their MPs, Ian Paisley Jr., came up with a figure of £1 billion. When I spoke to the DUP leader Peter Robinson earlier on, I began by asking him whether that generous offer is available to both the Labour and the Conservative parties after May the 7th.
Yes, we have worked very closely with both the Labour Party and the Conservative Party over the past number of years, and we've been able to cooperate with them for the benefit of Northern Ireland and I hope the United Kingdom as a whole. So I suppose we are one of those parties that has not determined that we will only speak to one party or the other. We're open to speak to whichever party. I suppose in the first instance, constitutionally, we would want to go to the party that has won the most seats, but we wouldn't be adverse to speaking to the party that comes in second place.
Very interesting. Now, budgets are stretched very tight in Northern Ireland at the moment, and you have in your own speech talked about the DUP being able to bring home the bacon in terms of extra spending. Ian Paisley Jr. has talked about £1 billion being the price for DUP support to either of the big parties.
After an election, we will sit down with any potential government of the United Kingdom and we'll see to what extent they can help us deliver our plan for Northern Ireland and how we can help in pushing forward their plans for the United Kingdom as a whole. So that it's not as vulgar as saying, here's an amount of money and we want it.
Nonetheless, everyone watching will be understanding that there is a potential auction here, as it were, between the parties. Are you genuinely equally open to Mr Cameron and Mr Miliband, particularly if Mr Miliband is also looking towards the Scottish National Party, who want to break up the UK?
Well, we certainly don't believe that it will be sensible to allow a lever on government by those who are separatists and want to break up the United Kingdom. But in terms of our willingness to talk to the Labour Party as well as the Conservative parties, of course we are. No, we're not so bloated by our importance that we believe that we are going to form a government after this election. We recognise and have some sense of the scale of the contribution that we can make. And therefore we recognise that whichever party is to be in government in the United Kingdom, they will have their own policies to pursue. So we will want to see how closely our policies and our vision for the future aligns with theirs, and to what extent they're willing to help us in Northern Ireland make Northern Ireland a better place to live in.
But to be clear, it's very hard to see the DUP in some kind of loose arrangement involving the SNP as well.
Well, I'm not sure that any of the two major parties are going to have a coalition with either the SNP or the DUP. We're not asking for that. All we're saying is, here is our vision, here is our plan. We're prepared to support the party that is prepared to deliver as much of this plan as is possible.
Now, you have come to this new arrangement with the UUP. Is the split, the historic split in unionism, finally healing?
Well, I'm delighted to see that there's greater cooperation. It's certainly something that the ordinary unionist on the ground has been craving to see. We have managed to get an electoral pact in 4 key areas. And I think we have to remember that in 3 of those 4 areas, Sinn Féin is the main target. Sinn Féin, if they were to win those seats, would not attend the House of Commons, would not represent the people that are in that constituency in the House of Commons. Far better that we have unionists being returned who will speak up for Northern Ireland, who can contribute to ensuring that the Northern Ireland plan is going to be enacted.
But the 4th of those people being targeted is, of course, Alliance Party with support from both communities. And there has been some criticism that this agreement is, in effect, a sectarian pact.
Yes, I always remark how peculiar it is that if nationalists and Republicans have an electoral pact, that's quite democratic. But when unionists come together, it's somehow sectarian. There isn't anything sectarian about unionism. There's nothing sectarian about wanting to maintain Northern Ireland as part of the United Kingdom. Naomi Long and her party have now and in the past registered themselves as others rather than claiming to be unionists when they came to the Assembly in Northern Ireland. I want a unionist voice at Westminster, and I'm glad that my Ulster Unionist colleagues want that as well.
Peter Robinson, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.